Hello,
No,
everyone. This is
it's
Scratch and
not.
Jack, your
It
host
is.
for
Not is.
the Amazing Scale Modelers Sunday Hangout. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who'd like to share their tips and tricks from one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. And Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the fastest or the largest existing Google Plus community of this kind, modelers of all kinds, of all different mediums and all different genres. We're about 1,939 at this point, I do believe. I'll make a quick note. Yep, 1,939. That's up 4 from yesterday when we did the Across the Pond Hangout. And today we have joining us a few select because they've done their Easter celebrations. Who are joining us to talk about scale modeling. And if you are watching and would like to join us, just give us an IM for me at Scratch and Jack, and we'll get you in. And moving forward, how you doing, Jay?
I am doing fantastic, wonderful, and reasonably well. So, just, kind of that combination. For Easter, my Easter celebration consisted of Deanna and I going out to see Batman versus Superman.
Oh, and?
And, you want my opinion? I won't tell you about the movie, but I'll give you my opinion.
What was your opinion? Yes.
It was okay. Well, she liked it more than I did. It was a lot of action, but I don't know. It felt a little bit like you saw Star Wars and now you're seeing Return of the Jedi, and it just doesn't quite have that oomph to it that
I see.
that Man of Steel seemed to have. But it's I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying I did not like it. I did. I just didn't like it as much as Deanne did. So.
Oh, I see. And in the meantime, what are you doing in modeling?
Right now, I have started work on this, which I actually talked about on the show a while back that was coming out.
Yes.
This is the derelict from Lost in Space. This was in the second episode of the series. You can build it with the back end opened or the back end closed. You can see.
That sounded dirty.
Yeah, and it has an interior which I don't care for. The interior of the derelict is made of cardboard, and yeah.
Oh dear.
So I'm obviously going to be redoing the interior, and let's see. It comes with not one, not two, but 3 nice little Jupiter 2s here that can be built landed with landing legs down or in flight, landing legs up. And to give you an idea of the scale, this is a 350 scale model. So here's the Jupiter 2 in 350 scale next to the sensor dish from the original Enterprise in 350 scale.
Nice.
So that'll give you an idea either of how small this ship was or how big that ship was.
Yeah.
And yet again, I found a mistake in Mobius's research. I don't want to put down Mobius in any way because I love the fact that they're coming out with stuff like this. But the instructions say basically you can paint the derelict any color you really want to, because there are no existing color photographs of the model. Well, Irwin Allen, in the first season, yes, the show was in black and white, but he shot all of the special effect sequences in color because he knew the show would be renewed and he knew it would go to color. And if not, he'd still have some great stuff that he could use in one of his other shows. So in the third season, I'm not geek enough to know exactly what episode it was, but in the third season they reused the footage from the second episode of the Jupiter 2 flying around this ship, and it is in color. It is in color, and the derelict is painted kind of a goldish urine yellow on the front here, and in reality, it was matte silver with blue, a lot of blue mottling.
Yeah,
So
I'd be derelict too if I was. Yeah.
So
Really
I sent an evil letter off to Mobius. No, I didn't.
Oh,
really.
did you?
No, not really.
Why is it a urine gold?
Yeah, but I just figured that I'll put that out on Amazing Plastics site and everything, just to let people know. Well, yeah, if you want to do some reference and you don't have the show, go on to Hulu and look at this particular episode, and you can see what this thing's supposed to look like in color. So
Right. I've been thinking a lot about you because you're doing scratch building. Are you gonna do a detour and do the derelict?
I'm gonna work on that when I'm not scratch building, just because of the fact that I need to get a break sometimes.
Sure.
From certain things. So.
Yeah. Love to have a copy of that data list that you're doing.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah.
I've got people already asking. I've got people already asking me to make a resin kit out of it, and I'll tell you, a resin kit of that sized ship would probably cost about $2,000 in just mold material.
Oh, I really don't think it'd be that much. 2,000. I'm thinking $400 or $500.
I've been doing some playing around and figuring out, and it's bigger than you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's going to discourage me for what I have in mind.
There are ways of doing it that can cut some costs and things like that, and
Sure.
it might be able to get by, but it's still even then the resin itself is going to cost a bit just to get the kits out. But I am thinking about it because I got a lot of people who would love a model of the Daedalus that size. So we shall see what happens.
Okay, fair enough. So moving on, how you doing, Mike?
Well, I'm doing okay. Done better, done worse.
Didn't mean to wake you.
Yeah, I just ate a huge meal, so I'm kind of
sluggish.
I've been working. Yeah. Uninspiring. I've been working on my station wagon.
Ooh. Ah, nice. That is really cool. Now is that the prime color for it, or is that a primer? Is that the color or the primer? Oh, okay.
Okay, it's the top. It's going to be a two-tone.
Okay.
And so to have everything the same shade, then this goes on the bottom part of the car. Everything from the trim line down will be this darker.
Nice.
Here's an example of the two blues together. These are fairly reasonably close to 50s Ford colors.
Okay.
I don't know, all 56 Ford pickups, a lot of times that same blue and also another popular color with that is turquoise. And then I picked up on I have the station wagon and two sedans, and one of the sedans is going to be built into, this is a resin ranchero, which I have to, this is a Jimmy Flintstone.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kit. It comes with a tail that you can make operable if you wanted to. anyway, you have to take the one kit to make that. So I'll have this. I don't know if it's not a bad casting. As a matter of fact, it's pretty good. As you can see, he manages to get the windows fairly decent there. And good. The parts of this, the glass will fit, and the other parts you have to make out of yourself.
Right.
The station wagon, I've got the dash pretty well done. This is a door panel, which I've been. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to show. I'm sorry. You can see the bare metal foil. I've done the handles and the trim. Very, very tough to do this little piece right here.
Oh, sure.
Very tough. Now I'll go back and touch up all the paint. Will be touch up because I'm doing it by hand. I'm not masking because this, even with a good primer, this paint will pop. This is
oh yes.
blue.
Yeah. What's the number? What's the number on that, or the name of it?
The number is 70.961, and then there's the 35466, because this can also be used underneath certain types of British. There's uses for the sky blue on ships and things.
Oh, like the underside of the airplanes?
Yeah. Some of them. This is when I mix up with a bottle of that.
Oh, wow.
This is a full bottle of the sky blue, and then a full bottle of water, and a drop or two of this, that, and another thing. But I have found that using this while painting is a great help. I fill my paint cup to the level I think I want, and then I just add a drop or two of this, and I mix it in the cup with a stir stick.
Is that so?
And then also back. I don't like back doing it because I have accidentally gotten a face full of paint before. This is something else I'm working. This is resin wheels for a truck. And this is a radiator for the station wagon. And there's just I'm plugging along on different projects with varying degrees of success. I will persevere.
I gotta look that.
Chief Dan George.
Yeah, I gotta look up the Vallejo because I'm exclusively painting with Vallejo just about, and I didn't know they had a airbrush improver.
Yeah, the flow improver. I didn't know about. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just going to say, yeah, the most places that have an acrylic paint will have some sort of a flow improver to it. Glycerin also works real well.
Oh,
as a flow improver. But that's.
Oh, he's frozen up.
That's what it seems to be like. Glycerin. Who froze up?
Yeah.
You froze up for a minute.
Up?
For a second.
Thank you. Thank you to CenturyLink, my service provider. We can all appreciate at different times and places. Anyway, I was going to say, I endeavor to persevere. I'm quoting Chief Dan George, the outlaw, and Josie Wells, who was paraphrasing Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce.
Mm.
In case you want to get your movie stuff, I mean, you know, get a little movie stuff. You know.
Right. I just want to give a shout out to Carwin. He would join us, but he's in bed. Yeah, you don't join us when you're in bed.
This is not that kind of a channel.
That's true. I mean, and if I can just pick up my brain out of the gutter, or at least a sense of humor. How you doing, Wayne?
I'm fine, thank you. How's everyone? I'm tired, but
very good.
still alive.
So what are you working on? Anything the NSA should be worried about? No, just kidding.
Not yet.
Not yet. Like it's a possibility.
Well, first thing first, I have got some good news. I haven't got a computer.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have a webcam and all the extra gubbins. So, as you see, so yeah, you're on the big screen now.
Nice. It's always a good thing to see yourself, I guess.
It looks, right. Now you're on the big screen now.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's all I need is my ugly mug to be bigger.
Well, I've been working on the Fury anyway, so muddying up the tracks now.
Oh, that is your work is really good.
Thank you. So is yours.
Why, thanks. I'm learning from you guys.
I've got something came through the post.
Mm-hmm.
Got myself new Tamiya stroke Italia Atari Chappie.
Mm-hmm. That is cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Tamiya, I got to admit, they're precise on their kits. They're very precise.
Now this one comes with a metal. This one has got the a metal barrel included.
Mm-hmm. It's in metal.
Yeah.
Wow. There's messages going back and forth. The mind boggles. The mind boggles.
In answer to what he's facing bed.
Oh yeah, well, Carwin, we're watching you. Well, you're watching us, not in bed, I guess. Yeah, the mind boggles.
Yes.
So I have been real life has gotten in my way, so I haven't really been done too much. But ironically enough, I just spent like an hour, and I put together the Ducati's assembly, front wheel, the fork assembly, and attached it to the main frame. The paint job, as it's turning out, is pretty lousy. I was experimenting with different things, and the different things haven't worked. I've been using, to give a high gloss, I was using Minwax polyacrylic, and I don't know, for whatever reason, that stuff takes a long time to cure completely, to dry completely.
Because
So
it's
there's
made
some
to
marks.
soak into wood.
Well, sure.
It's made to soak into wood.
This is true. So it takes a day or so for it to, and there's some marks on my front fender.
Well, that just makes it look used. What's the problem?
Oh, it's not focusing. But this is, oh, there we go. Very nice. This is as far as I got.
We see it perfectly right now.
I don't know,
Pretty cool.
Jack. I wouldn't complain a whole lot about that. That's looking nice.
Yeah.
The
I
tip,
see the mark.
it's
I
shining
saw
right
the
on it.
mark.
Right on the
Yeah.
tip of the fender,
Yeah.
right where it starts to round, is where there's a nick.
Yeah. Well, you can touch that up.
Oh, I thought so, but
Then
I ended up.
you just let it sit in there and flow, and then let it dry, and you should be all right.
Well, I did a nick in the main body, and I have it soaking in purple power right now. And I'm going to redo it. I totally screwed it up. And you know the word I would use too to say how screwed up it was, because I was experimenting, and I shouldn't experiment with such a large and important part. There's a part like right behind the front wheel there I should have experimented with. That would be something that I could have done, but whatever. So that's what I've been doing. And now, since it's coming, I'm getting close to the end of the instructions. I'm assuming I'm coming closer and closer to finishing this. I'm hoping I can get this finished next weekend. But because I'm getting bored with it. Do you guys ever get into a kit and after a while you're like, I'm spending too much time on it. I'm kind of bored with this.
Almost every time.
Almost every time. Well,
I don't know.
Phil said he's got what?
I'm bored with about 20 kits all at once, at most times.
20 kits. Well, I got to say, I'm trying very hard to keep with one kit, and I don't include cleaning the kit and priming it as actually working on it. So I'm just preparing it when I feel like starting it. So I have about 2 or 3 kits that are like that, primed and probably wanting to get built. So I'm really at this point, getting close to the end. I'm thinking of what should I do next? What should I do next? I have a whole bunch of styrene.
Ah, yes.
And I got bigger sheets across the room that are about 3 times longer than this, but a little wider, but about 2 or 3 times longer. So perhaps I'm going to scratch build something. Perhaps. And that's what I'm thinking of doing, because this motorcycle and the tank for me was for the past 3 months the out of your comfort zone build for the community, and this next 3 months, April, May, June, would be a movie or TV show vehicle that does not rely on wheels to function. In other words, it can't have tires, wheels, running across the ground. So that leaves it up for the sci-fi guys to see what they can come up with. And if you're a Trek fan, find a derelict. If you're a derelict fan, find something else. It's just, my point is to try something different and new. That's why we're having these builds, to try different things. And car builders, armor builders, I would encourage to get in and involve yourself with something like that, something that doesn't involve wheels. So, and if you want to do a car, you can do George Jetson's car. There is a kit out there for that.
You could also take a regular car model, and you could take a regular car model and sci-fi it if you wanted to. Or there's the time machine from Back to the Future. Yes, it has tires, but
its function is to fly.
So it doesn't rely on them for.
That's correct.
For moving.
That would be a perfect example for a car builder to do. Perfect example. Of course, you would do the second Back to the Future Part 2, not Part 1.
No, they had it flying in Part 1.
Did they?
You wouldn't do Part 3?
End, yeah.
Part 3, well, it's relying on wheels for most of the movie, I guess.
Yeah, but the train actually lifted up and the wheels went out and it took off and flew up very end of the third one. So
there you go, Wayne. That'd be a good one for you.
I don't know why anybody didn't come out with the locomotive that ended at the show.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one I think Wayne should build.
Yeah.
It looks very Jules Verne.
Jack, if you want a scratch building project and you want to build something big, my next scratch building project, I've been gathering a lot of information on it and photographs and pictures of the original, would be a studio scale sized model of the Botany Bay.
How big would it have been?
It ends up being about 3.5 feet long, maybe.
Oh, really?
4. Yeah, but it's a lot of flat panels for the most part.
Yeah.
Which leaves you wide open for detailing and things like that. I might even be able to find a picture. I'm gonna do a little scanning here real quick. You go ahead. Go on without me.
There is some material about that to scratch build. I was thinking something in your vein that you just brought up, but I don't want to discuss it on the air.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool idea to do because that would be relatively simple to do. There's a lot of flat parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mike is sitting there grinning, saying,
No, I've already built some other stuff that don't, and I'm working on that Back to the Future DeLorean. So I have one of those in the works, and I don't know. I've built some of that stuff already. So.
right.
But if you want a good, interesting scratch build, look up things like Hoover bikes and things like that. Those would be where we got here.
That is Doug Drexler holding a.
Well, what's he?
That's Doug Drexler holding a resin copy of the of a studio scale Botany Bay.
Yeah, the nose of that looks like an Estes rocket nose cone.
It does, and it may have actually been. I do know that the original was made mainly of wood, and like most of the things, I mean, the original Enterprise was mainly wood. So, but as you can see, there is detail on that, but not a ton of it. But I just think it would be cool to have one. So that's why I'm.
Somehow it just don't look right to me. I don't know. It looked like a submarine model that was turned into this.
The reason for that. Let me stop sharing this. Matt Jeffries liked submarines. Oh, come on. Turn back on, you piece of... Anyway, Matt Jeffries, I know, liked submarines, and he tended to borrow a lot from submarines for certain vehicles. I mean, like, he also designed the model kit that has been re-released again, the Leif Erikson, and that's even got a sail on it, like a submarine.
Well, it's as Bob calls it, the shampoo bottle in space.
Yeah, although in its original design, I guess it was supposed to be upside down from that, so that the sail would be pointing downwards. But
the sail. What sail?
The sail is that the conning tower of a submarine. You know, the part that sticks up and has the periscopes come out of it.
Okay.
That's called a sail.
Okay.
And on the Leif Erikson, in the original throwing around designs, it was aiming downwards. That part was aiming downwards.
Oh, really? Huh.
From what I've been told, I think I couldn't.
There's no up and down in space.
No, there is no up and down in space.
There's no up and down in space, so it doesn't matter where you're conning tower.
Well, I am certainly
still going to shoot at your ass.
I'm certainly considering doing some scratch building very soon, because I just feel as though I have to do it. And now the plans for those, I can probably dig a couple of them up. I probably don't need that many.
Well, yeah, you just want to make sure you get a couple different ones and compare them to the episode, or pictures from the episode, because there are a lot of plans online for that thing. Some of them are correct in some areas, but not correct in others, and such. And I'm actually going to draw out a set of paper plans in scale, in 1-to-1 scale, before I start construction on it. So,
Oh, nice. Well, when do you plan on doing that?
when I'm done with the Daedalus, and when I'm done with the Dark Star. So
Okay.
probably about 2-3 months.
Okay. Yeah, because I
And then
would
there's
have interest in trying it out. What's that, Mike?
a lot of greebles on it.
No.
It doesn't have a ton of greebles on it. Matt Jeffries didn't like putting greebles on the outside of a ship. His attitude being, space is dangerous. Space is a very dangerous place, and it's better if you need to fix something, you can stay inside the spaceship to fix it. So.
Right, but I am considering doing a scratch build, even though I wouldn't want to do one without your plans. I would try to do it with a copy of the plans that you are planning to draw.
I could copy them over at that place.
Right, that place.
Staples. Staples, yes.
Our friend and member Phil, I don't know what the hell he's doing. This is something, so for me, thinking about his work completely out of the box. But this is a set of railroad tracks for the Dora build. I'm not sure what that is. I wish he was here to say.
It's a big ass gun. It's a big ass gun.
Oh,
it's a German big gun.
Is that the big gun?
That is the big gun.
Big German gun.
Wow.
They're two railway tracks for the gun.
Let's see. Oh, look at that.
That'd be your frame for it.
Yeah,
You got her puddles done. He just posted his pictures of the water puddles.
Well,
Actually,
yeah,
that's one side of the. Yeah, that's just one side frame.
Where is it? I thought I showed the puddles.
You just passed it.
Right there.
There's one, yeah.
There's another. Where it is.
Yeah, he's letting it dry now. I think that's a very excellent. The representation that is high quality.
Yes.
It is.
Much higher quality than I think. Yeah.
It certainly is. I'm curious did he make these tracks, these ruts? Go back to it. Those ruts, or was that part of the kit? I'm just curious about a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's part of the kit, Jack.
No. Everything on the that's down there, he made. That's all. He made all that stuff that the roadbed gravel alongside there, the mud, all that stuff. He's made all that.
He's phenomenal. Really cool stuff.
He carved every single piece of gravel by hand.
Yes.
Yeah, well, something I had seen in a long time about.
But I wouldn't put it past him, because he did deal with sheets upon sheets upon sheets upon sheets of brass photo etch for his Missouri.
Yeah.
He's liable to do these things. I guess we can get lost in doing these details. I certainly
get crazy doing the details.
right. Let's see. Who do we have else here? This is something interesting. This would be. Come on. Go. This would be Aliens Dropship. Lewisons, Lou L.E. Wilsons had posted this, and he's doing a bang-up job lighting. I'm like that curious bird that likes shiny things.
That's looking really nice.
Yes, it is. Oh, I see he's using Kicker for his...
Here, yeah.
So see, I enjoy seeing other people's workbenches because it gives me an affirmation of the materials and people are choosing the processes and.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel less crazy when I do that.
Wow.
Yep. That was like a fun kit. That is not your typical kit. Oh, he's doing something here too.
Yeah, he's making a base apparently.
But that's thanks Le Wilsons, L.E. Wilsons. That's really cool. Whenever anything is lit. Certain sci-fi things just need lit. Hey, even cars could be lit too. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, Randall had posted some pictures of his, what is it? His Lotus Super 7.
He's doing a hell of a bang-up job on that. I'm a car modeler. I'm a car modeler, and I can really appreciate the work that he's gone to make that look like that.
Oh, absolutely. He is not a regular car modeler, and in fact, this is his first, he says.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this story.
He is very meticulous. Look at that. Yeah, but he's good. He's good. He was worried about the shine. I was like, I can see the reflection of part of the car right here. That shine.
He has a little bit of orange peel, but with black paint is one of the hardest things to get to smooth out. It takes a lot of rubbing.
A lot of rubbing. Wow. Look. Why would they have meters in front of the passenger on this?
It's an old tradition.
Is it really?
Yes. Yeah. Also, if you are doing rallies, timed rallies, not necessarily out in the mud and dirt and stuff like that. If you're doing rallies, it helps if your navigator knows how fast you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the older cars, like the Bentleys, that have two very high quality clocks mounted in the dash and a speedometer on the left and the right. There was, and it goes back to the times of riding mechanics. You didn't go anywhere without a mechanic riding with you when you were racing. The mechanic's job was to pump the pressure into the fuel tank, work the oil lever, this, that, and other thing, jump out and change the tire if you had a flat, which those cars back then had lots of flats back in the old days.
I don't know. I can think of a lot of cars being made nowadays that require a mechanic to ride along with you.
Yeah. The only thing you can do is stick a key in its ignition and maybe not even that, put a gas pump into it. But that's about. I'll tell you what. When I had my '81 Honda Civic back 100 years ago, it was something that I was able to change the oil. I was able to change the tires out. I can do all those things. Nowadays, I'm afraid of my car.
I've got a 2002 Chevy Trailblazer, and I just get excited as hell when I'm able to fix something on it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's doing a certain thing, and I wonder why the hell is it doing this. I look it up on the internet, and they have these suggestions, and so I, you know, gather my liquid courage and decide what the hell I'm going to try fixing this thing. And I go out and am able to fix it. And it's like, wow, I'm a damn genius, you know?
Some days you're going to realize that these newer cars, they got Bluetooth, and there's possibly a artificial intelligence back at the factory directing your car to do certain things.
That would surprise me.
Well, our
Isn't
friend,
that great what James is doing?
somebody made the mention that this looks better than some of the plastic kits. This is not plastic. This is paper.
Yeah.
He's got hands of a surgeon.
And it does. Yeah, those are
really
those little blue and white squares.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
It
That
is.
little handle there, I
Yeah.
mean, he had to make that. He made a lot of that stuff from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Pretty. He had to rescale it. There was a lot of things that he had to do because he's using a Canadian version of the and it has different the pintles and the bracketry is different on the Canadian British versions than it is on the American ones.
Mm-hmm.
And his printout was for an American.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you got your The only thing that's not exactly correct. The ammo can has a latch that's easily that big, put up wire, and when you put your ammunition in, that latch would cover that belt. You wouldn't see it.
Oh, uh-huh.
I don't know how many have opened up a 50 caliber ammo can. But
I wonder if you can make a
the
paper.
things fire 700 rounds.
I wonder if he has any figures for this.
I actually just finally saw this movie about 2 weeks ago.
Not talking about. He's got things he'll show us as he gets them done. There's some things coming. You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
For this project.
Yeah, that is brilliant. Just to think that it's all paper. I don't know if I can do anything like that. I have the patience for that. I get bored real fast.
I'm lucky if I can make a paper airplane that makes it across the room.
There you go. But how straight he makes those barrels and it's just
he's a very experienced paper modeler and obviously enjoys what he's doing. He's going to take that, when he gets it done, he's going to take it to his local armory and show it. There's some sort of show, and he's going to show that.
Oh, yeah, he immensely likes doing this. I haven't shared very much from our friend and professional here, Joe McCaslin, lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a nice SPAD.
Go ahead.
That's a great model he's done there. He's very accurate. He's put a lot of tender, loving care in it, and he describes. He's posted quite a long description of how he's done all this, so you can follow him through on the build.
Mm-hmm.
You go back and check his postings.
Mm-hmm. That is certainly Army, from what I can tell.
No, Air Force.
No? Air
The
Force?
Army, no, it's you have the forces that used the SPAD was the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Air Force. The Army's
Oh.
not allowed to have fighter bombers.
Oh, okay. See what I know? Nothing. I was just guessing, knowing nothing about nothing. Wow. This is, which one is this? This is a P something, is it not?
No. It's um, they're known as Sandies or Spads, depending on if you're a grunt and they're coming to help your ass. You call them Sandy over the radio, but it's a Sky Raider.
Douglas Sky Raider.
Sky Raider. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And P is for pursuit. They haven't used that since World War II. Matter of fact, the beginning of World War II, they stopped using that designation, except for the P-38,
which was also a can opener.
Huh?
I said,
Yes,
which was also a can opener.
Yeah, you put it on your chain with your dog tags.
I'm talking to for those of you who think Mike and I are crazy. In your ration kit, you were given a little fold-out key type can opener that would, you had to crank it like that, and that was a model P-38.
It's stamped right on.
Stamped right on it. Yeah.
Spam used to be spam used to come that way. They have the key on the side of the package.
This is a little different. This you didn't turn it. It had a little hook on it, and it would dig into the metal, and you just dig it around it.
Okay, the old-fashioned can opener then.
Yeah, exactly like the old-fashioned can openers.
Okay. All right.
There were so many of those. There were probably more of those made than any other single thing in World War.
They're still made.
Oh, I bet they do.
You can go to a surplus and get that. Now he was very unhappy with his canopy, and I think he's going to rework his canopies. The glue he used, this water dissolving glue to protect his canopy, didn't work, and he's going to redo that. So pay no attention to the canopy. The rest of the
did he paint it with acrylics?
I think
so. Yes.
I think this is acrylics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. It's not a good idea to use anything that's water dissolving. Use acrylics on anything that's water dissolving because acrylics are mainly water with pigment in them. There's more to it than that, but there is a lot of water in them.
Well, you certainly did a good job of doing the weathering on this.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering, this is a Kingfisher. This is basically a water landing airplane and taking off in the water for the most part.
It's a seaplane.
Yeah, they still use these in Alaska, but not this particular model. They still use these amphibious airplanes.
Oh yeah, it's the only way you can get anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, it's not amphibious. It's a seaplane. The wheels in that swim out, hook that up underneath, and then they hook that trolley. They hook that up underneath, and then they can pull it up on shore.
Right. I didn't mean amphibious. I just meant that just uses water.
Yeah. Think of it like a boat trailer.
Right. Right. I always enjoy looking at his stuff, whether he likes his canopies or not. So.
He said that the next time, if he was to do it over again, that comes all in one big piece, the floats and the two sides, and he said to do it next time he's going to cut that loose from there, that float, loose from the fuselage, give him a little more access to the bottoms and that make it easier to weather and paint.
Mm-hmm.
But he's done a hell of a job on that. I've had that kit before. It's very difficult kit to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never thought, he came up with the solution, cut that loose so he can work, and then glue it back on later.
Mm-hmm.
I had a resin modification for that put a ball turret in the back, as some of those had ball turrets.
Yeah.
And those to be found on
yeah, I'm
small models.
actually I come across something that I just come across something I didn't expect. There was a gentleman who posted something on Sell and Trade on our community, and he wants to sell these.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that Johann, that's worth a hell of a lot of money, just that Mercedes-Benz by itself. Yeah. Not counting the other two Mercedes-Benz, and what else has he got? He's got four Johann Mercedes-Benz. Six. He's got 6 of them. My goodness. A small fortune in Johann models. Those are very difficult to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm interested in a VW Rabbit. That's what I was interested in, not the others.
Like that Bentley.
That Jaguar 420, those are rare. As is that smaller Bentley, the MPC Bentley.
It's a 1930 Bentley, okay.
Yeah, those are kind of rare too. Very difficult kit to build. Where there's a guy that shows a demonstration on YouTube how to change those rims to wire rims.
Mm-hmm. He does have other ones. Let me share this. It was actually 2 frames. I didn't think it was 2, but it's 2. Here is more of it.
Lindbergh.
He's got a 35 Morgan.
He's got that. Yeah, that's a hell of a model. MGTC 48 and a Minecraft. Those are not cheap. This is a very expensive collection.
Yeah, 16 scale is pretty big. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's a tiny car. It's a tiny car.
I had that midget racer when I was a kid.
Yeah, I've had that.
Midget racer was given to me as a was given to me in 6th grade as a Secret Santa thing that we did in 6th grade class, and they knew that. Well, the only thing they knew about me was that, well, he's a boy, so he'll probably want a model car. So,
yeah. Oh boy.
Now you can see by the low part number on that kit. The kit number P198. That's a very low number. It's like an old kit.
Mm-hmm.
And just on that same vein, there's a delay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
On that monogram kit, there was another one that came out that took a JetX motor.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Now you remember. Yeah, you remember now.
There's a whole. In fact, there's a whole website
with the JetX.
Yeah, there's a whole website devoted to fans of the old JetX, and you can even buy supplies for them.
Really?
Yeah. For those who don't,
that's not cheap.
No, for those who don't know, the JetX was a small reusable rocket engine. It was listed as a jet engine, but you had these tablets that looked like black charcoal, and you put them into it, and then you closed it up and clamped it tight, and you had a little fuse that stuck in there, and you put that on your model, because you could mount on your model, or you'd mount it beforehand. You do all that stuff, and then you light the fuse and get the hell away from it. And those little suckers developed some pretty impressive power. You know, they at first they would just spit and sputter a little bit, and then they would just go like crazy. And the thrust seemed to last longer than your typical Estes rocket engine and such. So, you know, the thrust lasted for a while. They had model planes that were made for them and everything.
Mm.
And
well, there was...
you couldn't touch the engine for about 10 minutes afterwards.
I'm going to do one more.
They had tethered models.
I'm sorry. There's a delay. You have a delay, Mike, I think.
Probably. That would be thanks to CenturyLink, our service provider here at this area.
So let's try an experiment. When I say Marco, you say Polo, okay? Marco.
Polo.
Boy, that's a long one.
Oh, shit.
That's about 4 seconds long. 3 to 4 seconds long. I'm going to do one more share and close up shop. And I've been recently endeavoring into small little dioramas, and this is pretty inspirational.
Yeah.
For your Star Wars fan. I did zoom in considerably to this picture. A very simple box. Wonder what he used for snow. What do you think he used for snow here?
Oh, it could be. It could
baking soda.
Well, it could be it could be baking soda. It could be Scale Snow. They do make, you know, for train models and dioramas and stuff. They do make Scale Snow. It seems to have an awful lot of it there. So.
Right.
I'm thinking
I got a little
Scale Snow. Yeah, Scale Snow, I think.
Looks nice.
Yeah, and what I particularly like about these burn marks, where they got fired upon and peeling paint, peeling the decals mostly, probably the decals. I don't know. I'd probably have, I don't know. I'd say probably do some flashing lights inside the cockpit. But by and large, this is, oh, look at that, even footprints. This is an amazing little diorama. I really like it. Really simple. Tells a story. Really cool.
That's nice.
He's being feet to get away from the boom.
What's that?
I say he's beating feet to get away from it before it goes boom.
Or get stepped on.
I'd like to thank y'all for joining us for another episode or another get-together hangout for Scale Modelers or Scale Modeling. If this is your first time joining us in this hangout and want to view the other hangouts on Google Plus that we've had in the past, go to my channel at Scratch and Jack. And go ahead and like this if you like what you heard and saw, and even make a comment too. I do try to respond to them. I do get around to them like every week or so, and would of course respond if it deserves responding to, and also subscribe to the channel to make sure you catch all the shows and join us if you're willing. I'd like to thank Jay. I'm glad you're doing well again. Yeah. And let's scratch build together. That's great. And thanks, Mike, for joining us too.
Yeah.
And Wayne, thanks for stopping by too and sharing what you had to share. And this is Scratch and Jack, your host, and good night and happy modeling, everyone.